to the 10th anniversary edition of Rebelle Rally Live presented by Toyota. That's the first time we could say welcome back. This is now our second show. We are at the finish line of day one. As you can see behind us, we have one car still out on course, but all of our other teams have made it back here to base camp. I'm Alyssa Roenigk. I'll be your host alongside Matthew Johnson. And Matt, let's be real.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone who's watching has one question. If you watched the earlier show, you're wondering what happened to Team 157. If you remember, the mother-daughter team of Lauren Sidney, they were the last off the start this morning. They had, if you haven't seen the first show, go back and rewatch it.
It's worth watching it just for that.
Learn about all of their trials and tribulations. They had a rough time getting to the start. What happened to Team 157, Matthew?
Well, I'll tell you this. They came in here together looking at me and smiling, and they were demonstrating for me their handshake and their high five that they do when they get to checkpoints. They felt like they got a good portion of the checkpoints today. And I was like, well, how was the vehicle? And they were like, well, only one clamp came off a coolant hose, and we spent 45 minutes just putting the clamp back. But, you know, dutifully done and continued.
In comparison, that seems pretty small potatoes.
Yeah, and got their checkpoints, and they're here. They're not covered in mud. They seem to probably know where their helmets are.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think we saw they were, well, we'll get to the leaderboard later, but they were last off the line, and they are no longer in last place. So I know they moved up the leaderboard on day one. So I'm happy to hear that they had a solid first day.
Totally.
They can only go up from here. And this is when the real competition started. Today is the first day that was scored and counted and is going to count towards your overall score.
It's on and going. We've got a couple other updates, little updates. Renee and Karen in 166 came out to find a flat tire this morning.
That's right.
That was not an ideal plan for how they were going to start their day. It ended up they couldn't find the lug nuts for the spare wheel because they're a little different than the aftermarket wheels. Long story short, they ended up just putting air in the tire like 5 times throughout the day to get back here. Now it's patched and ready for tomorrow. I've got one more, and then maybe you've got a couple.
Let's hear about it.
The 155, the Land Rover Defender, Liza Bears and Jen Fribley, they had a rear suspension bolt falling out of the lower rear shock. And so they had to stop like every 600 meters and hammer the lower suspension bolt back into place. For like 20 kilometers. So it took them a little while longer than expected, but they've arrived.
Both have really sore right arms.
Totally. They've arrived. They've gotten a nut back on that bolt, and they're sorted out. And as you saw them in the lineup there, who you got?
Well, we're going to continue to bring you all kinds of fun stories like those. I mean, fun for us to recount to you, not fun for the teams out on course. But right now, we want you to see some of the results. Let's see how the 4x4 teams did first, Matthew.
Well, there's no big surprise there with Nina and Tara-Lynn. Nina Barlow, Tara-Lynn Pettery in their Gladiator. Got 98% of the points, 206. But look, all the way back to 13th place is not that many points back.
Yeah, still 92%. That's an A in my book.
Yeah.
And look at that, 4 Fords in the top 5.
I'll say.
I guess we should expect to see that because of how many supported Ford teams we have
7
here.
different teams from Ford here.
That's pretty impressive.
Yep. And so we can look down the list. Just because your team may be further down this list than you hope does not mean they'll stay there. The days, the challenges are varied based on the day, and many changes do happen as we get going and as people find their stride.
Yeah, and look at still you're still seeing 71%, 70%, 56%.
We do see Rochelle and Melissa there in 141. They are chasing a transmission issue. I believe a new transmission is on the way in for their 91 Toyota Land Cruiser. So they usually are not there at the bottom of the list.
So now let's look at the X-Cross class. And again, 2024 defending champions, Lando and Schaefer in that Subaru Forester. They are leading the pack. But if you noticed, if you looked at either the 4x4 or the X-Cross, no team scored 100% of their points. And that's on a
even on a difficulty one day.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So that's something to keep in mind. And then you've got Emmy Hall and Miller there in the Subaru Crosstrack. And then you've got the R2D2, the 2 Rebeccas, Donaghy, who is a seasoned competitor and former winner here, and Rebecca Delsky, who's a rookie. So that's a pretty exciting top 3 right now. That's
really fun. It's going to be super fun to watch. Let's watch some highlights today of these cars out on the course that we explained and described for you this morning. Well, I mean, just look at Nevada. It's amazing for off-roading.
And that was really something. If you were watching this morning show or this afternoon show, and you were here with us when Emily Miller, the creator of the Rebelle Rally, came on set and walked us through, this entire course. But now you're seeing that map that she was taking us through come to life. Now you're seeing these drivers, these navigators actually out on the course. And she really wanted today, much like the prologue, to be about beauty and confidence. And
sure, letting people get present here.
Yeah, I talked to a lot of teams who saw a ton of wildlife out on the course today, actually. Wild horses, a lot of Joshua trees, and just really took the time. I walked up to Lynn Woodward and Renee when they were sitting in the tent after they got back, and Lynn was writing in her diary.
Oh, nice.
And Renee and her were trying to remember all of the beautiful moments that they'd had today. They said they sort of stopped and took mental pictures at various times, and they were writing them down. So like by day 3, we won't forget them.
You can see one of our Toyota teams. That was Micah, Debbie in the background, pulling up in a Sequoia there in the background just then. You know, they also got to have a little peek around Goldfield, Nevada today. They were through the Alkali Dry Lake Bed. Obviously, Joshua trees there. If you're not familiar with Joshua trees, they like to grow between about 2,500 feet and 5,000 feet in elevation. So when you see those in the desert, you know you're in some sort of a high-ish desert terrain. I heard from Chris that she loved the drive today. It was just a nice groove, and it was just a nice flow to the day.
One of the things, because this was an easier day, Emily talked earlier about, also wanting to sort of set teams up for success, but also set them up to have the opportunity to fail by getting overconfident. She's like, there will be some teams, and it actually happened earlier than we thought it would happen. I talked to some really veteran teams, talked to my former teammates, Sabrina Howells and Michelle Kirby, and then Dana and Karen Hohen.
This is about the times, right?
And they did not, totally forgot to check the open times of their green checkpoints. And so they ended up sitting here at the finish line for an hour and a half, and they got very lucky. They just made it to when they looked back at their times, they got all of their scores.
So
but there were,
each checkpoint has an open and a closed time, and you have to signal in that time to get those points. And several teams just charged into the day and clocked early. And so that was what we're talking about, being overconfident. They didn't read the rules, and some were able to backtrack and regain the points that they were about to lose by signaling too early.
Yeah. And even those veteran competitors who've done this 10 years, 6 years, just, it's those little details that you've done it so many times, you just forget to remember, basically. So, we've talked a lot about the third member of all of these teams and how crucial the third member of the team is. And so I think it's time, Matthew, to bring on the third member of our team,
Let's
Katy,
reach out.
and get her out of that tent and out into the wind with us. Katy, I hear you're down by the competitor tent.
I'm here, and I've managed to avoid going out into the gale force windstorm all day long, but I am going to go to the mechanics bay soon. But first, let's go talk to some of the teams. I have found a number of them. I've got Lisa Bearers and Jenna Fribley over here, who Matthew was just talking about. Hello, ladies.
Oh, hello.
So I was going to go to the mechanics bay and talk to you about your vehicle, but it was an easy fix. I know that you found the nut for your problem, but can you tell us about how uneasy the situation was today?
Oh, you're gonna have to. I don't know. So around checkpoint 14, I think it was, we heard like a little rotational noise, and we're like, that's something, And so we went and looked, and we didn't see anything, and we went, and it still was making noise, and then finally we both got out and we're under there, and we found that the nut had backed off the bolt that holds the bottom of the shock to the car. So we didn't have a nut, but we still had the bolt, thankfully. And so it turned out that we could just keep hammering it back in. So for the last 27 kilometers or so of the rally, we just had to get out of the car every 600 meters.
And they would bring out their mat for comfort's sake.
The magic creeper, yes.
Not sponsored, but maybe we should be now.
Right? Okay, so how long did that take you to get back then?
I have no idea. How long did it take us to get back?
We're luckily running like 2 hours ahead of schedule, so we still, even stopping every 600 meters, still got here 20 minutes before our base camp time opened. So like, we just ate up all the time we had earned earlier in the day. If this had happened at any other point in the rally, we would have been screwed. But we got real lucky that it happened today of all days.
Okay, perfect. I've heard a lot of the seasoned Rebelles were very early today. Did you have any issues with timing?
We would have been waiting at base camp for 2 hours if it hadn't been for this. So I think the timing today, we benefited the most from it.
So we're now grateful for the problems.
Yes. We're grateful for the problem, and we're grateful for the random box of bolts and nuts that the mechanics have over there because they had one that fit.
Did you get a penalty, or did you just find the bolt?
They just had one loose in their spare bin, so yeah, it was great.
Amazing. Well, congratulations on a good outcome to a bad problem. Now let's have a little chat over here. We had some terror trip issues with you two, I understand.
Yeah, just a couple, yeah.
So your terror trip broke.
Yes.
Emily would be asking you, could you have gone on without your terror trip?
Absolutely. It's a lot more math and a little bit harder on me as the navigator, but we could do it.
Now, can you explain to those watching at home what a terror trip does for the competitors in the Rebelle?
I can try. So a terror trip is an external odometer, so it's an additional odometer to the vehicle, and we use it in kilometers, and it gives us kilometers, the decimal in 2 places out.
So it makes it more accurate. But if now tell me how you got another one. Like, who brings a spare terror trip?
A lot of teams actually bring spares of random things. So there are terror trips extras around, but our great friends Peg and Shar of Sugar and Spice had an extra one, and they were like, would you like to use it? And we said yes.
Yes, please.
Peg and Shar contenders for the Team Spirit Award. Absolutely on that one.
Yes, in my book, yes.
Well, I'm glad you sorted it out, and it was great chatting, and I'm going to throw you back to my teammates and go find some more interviews.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Katy. It's great to see the energy in there, everybody getting a bit of food after a day out and hoping to probably get some better sleep tonight. I am excited to be sitting here with Suzi McBride. She's the COO from Iridium, and we first met 6 years ago or so in Glamis.
2019.
Yeah, Suzi brought her son to Glamis for the first time, and I happened to be in just my zone, in my happy place, driving around a $500,000 Rolls Royce in the sand. So I was able to offer a magic carpet ride to Suzi and her son. So I have fond memories of that.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, Suzi, you've competed 4 times.
This is my 4th time, yep.
Yeah, and you took a couple years off, 23 and 24.
Right.
And what I wanted to know was, like, so you had competed here. You knew what it was you were encouraging some others at work to come and do. So what was that like for you to be able to share that?
Oh, I mean, after doing it a couple times, I knew it was not only an amazing event with amazing women around you competing in a very tough challenge, but it also opportunity for us, because Iridium is used heavily here, for our employees to kind of get that experience to be out on the road and to see how Iridium is helping to keep everyone safe, to score. So it was a really just a fantastic opportunity. And we offered it up to sponsor an Iridium team.
Okay.
And got a lot of applicants. And in 23, we sent 2 teams. And then last year, we also sent a team that actually became 3rd place of Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
And we have another rookie team here competing with me this time. So it's been really fun.
I think we've got some footage of your Jeep driving around today while we continue to chat. It was cool to see it show up last year, and I was looking for your name on the side, but I was happy to see that you'd sent some other folks from work. So obviously, Iridium is really special. If you are someone who wants to be off-grid, if you're somewhere unreachable to normal networks, Iridium's a big piece of your safety component.
Yes.
So what else can you tell us about how someone might find themselves using Iridium in their normal daily life?
Yeah, at Iridium, we have about 500 partners that build products off of us. And our main specialty is things that are either global in nature, so because we are a totally global company that covers the entire world with constellation coverage. But we really specialize in things that are either for like safety services or Internet of Things, where you got to get messages back. Like for example, here on the rally, as we're scoring and pushing that button, it is communicating on our location. So that's what we're really used for. And also the safety, if somebody does have an emergency out here, both from a voice, that you can use the cell phone or the Iridium phone, or use the SOS button on the Yellow Bee tracker that we all carry too.
Cool. It's great to know, and obviously all the folks at home with loved ones here are happy to know they have 2 trackers on the vehicle. So if one tracker doesn't work, the other does. We always know where they are, how fast they're going, when they were moving last, all these things because of the Iridium network of satellites helps us with that. So you mentioned Internet of Things. A lot of people don't know what that is and why Internet of Things is something to talk to your satellites. Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah, a lot of things or people want to stay connected, and whether that's like I said, a short message that you're using out here, but for our products, a lot of products are things that are being tracked. Whether that is tsunamis in the ocean on buoys that they need to talk about the waves that are coming up, or we actually have some partners that track giraffes and elephants.
Oh, interesting.
So things that are kind of very remote locations.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Just imagining buoys out in the middle of the ocean. Yeah. Clearly, how are we going to find out what the ocean, like what's going on there?
Right. They don't have internet. They don't have the normal kind of connectivity so they use satellites to do that type of communications.
Okay, I love it. So you're back. Obviously, hopefully you were drawn because it was the 10th anniversary.
Yes.
What's it like after day 1? How are you feeling? Do you feel back in the groove?
Oh, certainly some cobwebs up there. Heidi and I are competing again, and she actually just finished battling breast cancer, so we decided to come back for the 10-year anniversary to do it again. And we're doing fantastic, I think, for us. We didn't practice too much. It is hard. It's a challenge, but it's coming back, and it's been a lot of fun just to kind of get back in the groove and see all of our friends here, and to kind of be here with another Iridium team and watch them kind of have that first experience as a rookie. It's really kind of fun to watch.
That's fantastic. You get to do a little leadership here away from work as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have you. Thanks for coming out, Suzi McBride. You'll keep an eye on Suzi and Heidi as we move forward into day 2 tomorrow. We're going to jump back in and see if Katy's got anybody to chat with. How's it looking, Katy?
It's feral. All the people that I had lined up to interview were in specific places, and I'd written down their names, and now look at this. Hungry woman lined up to get, let's see what they're having for dinner. What's for dinner tonight?
We have a taco bar, lengua, a little bit of adobo chicken, and grilled flank steak.
Champion. This is why all these women are lined up for dinner from our Michelin star chef, Drew Deckman. Now, in order to cope with all these people descending on us, we've got one word from every Rebelle on how their day went. Go.
It went smooth, short, muddy,
Surprising.
dirty, dusty,
Windy.
Educational.
Engulfing.
golden,
Dusty. Muddy.
windy,
Oh, right. I haven't left the tent. Joyful.
Fun.
oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it loud enough, it almost sounds atrocious. If you say it loud enough, it almost sounds atrocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm delay. What's the time? No, okay, go on.
Did you sit in your car
What, did I
at the
sit in
finish
it?
line for an hour and a half
An
today?
hour and a half because we didn't realize that there was an open time for base camp.
Here's my interview. Some people who are seasoned rebels sat in their vehicle for over an hour and a half.
Hour and a half, and then we also realized after that, we're like, oh, maybe we should look back at our other opening times. Did we miss any? And we, by the skin of our teeth, made our last 2 greens 5 minutes, one of them. If we had clicked 5 minutes before, we would not have gotten it. We were like, oh, okay, well, that's a good thing to remember. Look at your opening times, not just your closing times.
So Alyssa would be saying the hex is off because we had a glitch. The hex is off. All right, keep it. Enjoy. It's tacos for dinner, by the way.
Right, yeah. Splendiferous. Stellar.
Stellar. I like that word.
Smooth.
Amazing.
Fun.
Fast.
Early.
Early.
Majestic.
Speechless.
I don't know. Wait, what are we talking about?
I don't know. Oh, one word to describe your day.
Oh. I didn't die.
I didn't die.
Perspective.
Windy.
Exciting. Gritty.
Christian, what's one word to describe your day?
My word, redeeming. Awesome. Bonding.
Discouraging.
Satisfying.
Now, a little juxtaposition here after talking to Sabrina, who's a seasoned Rebelle. You got a dead hit on a black diamond today. Tell us a little bit about that. As a rookie,
Yes, as a rookie, I got a direct hit on a black diamond. It was exciting. I knew I plotted right.
it's a good feeling. Congratulations, see? Rookies can win the Rebelle.
One word? Raw.
Illuminating.
Insightful.
Empowering. Empowering for me.
Fun as heck. Oh,
That's not one word.
fun. Funnick. Funnick.
Fast.
Quick decisions.
Fluffified. Beautiful.
One word to describe your day.
Fantastic. Easy.
What was the question?
One word to describe your day.
Oh, incredible.
Amazing.
Decide to do that.
One word to describe your day. Shall we all on the spot?
It was so fun.
No, that's not one word.
Oh, fun.
Rare as a narwhal.
Narwhal.
Enchanting.
Nice.
Sandy.
Yes. Windy. Ooh.
Exhilarating.
Muddy.
Nerve-wracking. Muddy.
What was that?
Muddy?
Yes, muddy.
What do we ask?
Oh, sorry. One word to describe your day. Can you pass that along?
Oh my God, exhausting.
Fun.
Fun.
Bernard, what would his mood be?
Bernard loved today.
Unexpected.
Exciting and mellow at the same time. Exciting.
Oh, no pressure. Windy.
Bizarre.
One word to describe your day.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Phenomenal.
What? How are we describing our day? It was fantabulous.
Excellent. And now I'm getting pulled back, so you get. You don't have to deal with it. I just had to lose all my interviews because you all got up for dinner. So we did one word of the day to describe your day. So you're off the hook. Back to my other teammates. Whew, I'm hot.
Katy just gets it done.
That
You
was
know,
a
she
lot of
thinks on
fun.
her feet, and that was a lot of fun.
And if you the songstress there, the singer Sabs, that is exactly what it is like to be in a car with Sabrina Howells for
Totally.
12 hours a day.
I thought she might even get a guitar out there if they just kept looking at her. A guitar was coming out from somewhere.
100%.
Yeah.
So let's talk the designations here.
So we
at
have
the
our main
Rebelle Rally.
we have our main classes 4x4 and X Cross, but then there's additional designations. The 40-30, as you can read, vehicles 40 plus years old. We do not have any of those this year because those ladies upgraded to something only 35 years old. Your bone stock class, this one's really popular, and we really are proud of this for the event. You can do wheel and tire mods to survive the event, but bone stock proves the point that car sitting in your driveway, maybe with some upgraded tires, could come and win the Rebelle. And the winners of the Rebelle have been several times in bone stock, qualified for bone stock. So, and then our electrified class right now, electrified is full EV, plug-in EV, and hybrid vehicles that use electric assistance.
Yeah, and I believe we have, seven electrified designations. There's actually a lot of cars to be. I did that once, and it adds a whole nother element to the Rebelle Rally. So stay right here with us. We're going to take a brief break, and we will be right here back at Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota.
launch the Rebelle, we needed a robust, multi-function tracking system to serve as the backbone for course and safety operations. Unique to the Rebelle, it also has to interface directly with our real-time scoring system. The tracker must be reliable, durable, and never fail, combined with superior customer support. We chose Iridium-based YB tracking. It's the best product and the most experienced people. YB tracking has been a critical component of our safety and success since day one.
Welcome back to Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota. This is day one. We are at the finish line of day one, presented by Iridium. This is the 10th anniversary Rebelle Rally. It's a really special edition this year. And Matthew, we've had the opportunity to meet so many teams so far on this show.
Totally.
I think Katy is back in the tent with even more teams.
Always good to go. Always good to go. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you two are always my fallback interview. Like Nina Barlow and Tyrlyn Peter. How do I pronounce your name properly?
Tyrlyn Peterate.
Peterate. Everyone gets mine wrong too, so sorry about that. Okay, so the all-time winners. Are you here to win this year?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
She told me last year, she said, let's just have fun this year. But of course, winning is fun. So.
Okay, now, a lot of Rebelles keep their secrets close to their heart, and you two seem to share a lot. What is your theory behind sharing the knowledge?
It's fun them chasing and getting closer and closer to us makes us better. It makes us work on our stuff. I'm editing my language.
And you train a lot of these competitors, right? And I remember when I competed. In fact, are we in a 10-year window where you'll now rent to me again? Like, has enough time passed?
Ooh, we'll have to review the video. No.
When I competed and we blew out a tire, I came straight to Nina. I'm like, what are you going to do about my tire? Didn't know that wasn't appropriate. So do people that rent from you still do that, or are they a little more polite?
Yeah, I think you still hold the all-time record, not just for the Rebelle Rally, but for all rentals, honestly. No, no, I'm just teasing you.
So now, do you have a special place in your heart for people that you've trained?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, because I'm invested in them. I want them to do well. So it's really fun to come in today and hear, we nailed our enduro, we've really, because I see them working hard when we're out there and giving them little tips and stuff like that. So yeah, absolutely.
And what do you look forward to most on the rally?
The points. No.
It's such a good answer.
Yeah, it's fun to just get out and chase, go on the hunt and see how much harder it's been getting and see how much better we can get and push ourselves.
And was today a cruisy day for you?
Today was great. Emily called it a 1 out of 5 hard, and that I think that was accurate. It was we had a lot more time than some of the other days.
That was the only part that made it. The part that made it easy was the time. The time crunch is what makes the Rebelle Rally hard, because there was some difficult navigating as far as finding the checkpoints, and so. We had time, there's a lot of running and gunning when you're crunched for time. We're like, this one's only 5 points. We got to take our best guess and move on. This time we spent an hour on one black checkpoint. That we don't expect that to be the case the rest.
Well, we heard a bunch of experienced Rebelles actually mess that up and ended up sitting here for an hour and a half at the finish line because they couldn't cross. Did you hear that? I think
yeah. Well, we had a great party over here a couple hundred meters out of camp. There was a great little, powwow going on. There was about 12 teams hanging out, having picnics.
All right, well, thank you so much. You guys always save me. I look forward to tomorrow. I'm actually going outside. I've managed to avoid being outside since we got here, so I will see you on the start line. Thank you so much. Back to you, Alyssa and Matthew.
Thank you. Okay. All right, thank you, Katy. That was really interesting. That was a really good point by Nina. That you think you had the privilege of time. She spent an hour on one checkpoint, and for the rest of the rally, you know you're going to be running and gunning. You're not going to have that kind of time, and that is really why it earned the 1 out of 5. And so we have here at the set with us another fantastic team. They've competed together. This is the 3rd time they've competed together. So we've got Taylor Polly and Rochelle Croft. You all have competed here, I think, 6 times, and this is your 5th.
5 for me.
5 for you and 4. Sorry.
Yep.
This is the 4th time. So 3 times together?
Yeah, this is number 3.
So 1 time you all competed on your own, and 2 times, and then now this is. So before we get into what happened today, and some of the driving challenges, and also there's a lot of team questions I want to ask. We have some audio. You were the first team on the 2025 Rebelle Rally that had in-car. You allowed us to put a camera
I don't know
inside
why.
of your car.
Wait, we could have said
you
no?
were thinking. So let's roll some of this footage.
Man, it's all coming back to you, isn't it? All right, it's crazy.
I love it.
All right. That was an awesome run of 4 blacks in a row that I feel like we really did good on.
Nice.
Yeah, that was cool. I'm happy.
Yay.
Yay.
That's big.
Mm-hmm. Cute Jeep. Yeah, it's nice. Good for them.
Style audio. That's not what they were getting.
No.
But it seems like that was a moment where you guys were really finding your groove, maybe today and in the whole competition. Tell us what was happening. What was happening in that moment?
Yeah. That was all you.
yeah. Well, we we haven't been back to the rally since 2020.
Yeah.
So Prologue Day was awesome, but it was like, wow, it's intense to come back, and it was tough. And so today, we did, like Nina had said, we had the gift of time. So we rushed those first couple, and we kind of struggled a little bit, and then we realized we had enough time, but we didn't overextend. We said, okay, instead of 10 minutes, we're going to give ourselves 15 minutes on these ones. And then it just started to click, and our communication was getting better, and it was all working.
Yeah.
So, after doing the Rebelle so many times and then taking a 5-year break, what made you guys make the decision to not only come back, but to come back together as a team? Michelle?
Yeah, I think just in one, it's the 10th year.
Yeah.
And we talked a lot. Probably the past 3 years, we would kind of talk about like, okay, is this year? Do you want to come back? Do you got one more in you? And then this was the year I was like, it's a 10-year. Toyota wanted to get us here. Emily had talked a lot. She's like, you guys just got to come back for 10-year. And kind of all the stars aligned, and there was no other team choice than for Taylor.
Same.
It is
we
true.
have a lot of fun together.
A lot of stars have to align. We keep talking about how hard it is just to get to that start line at the Rebelle. What, if any, challenges did you two face along the way from the minute you said, okay, we're signing the papers, we are doing the Rebelle, to making it to the start line this morning? Is there one that sticks out in your mind?
Well,
just in life?
Any challenge exactly. There's a lot of things that can keep you from this start line. Yeah. Absolutely. It doesn't just have to be an issue with your car, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we both, I think a lot of our professional lives changed in the last year, and we both took on a lot more responsibility, and we just kind of realized we did that at the same time. And so it was both an extra challenge, but it also made us both realize how much we needed this. The chance to step away, the chance to not have your phone and to not have anybody need you for a minute, you know, and to be able just to need each other for a little bit, and that's it. And yeah, so it was a lot to get here, and it was a lot to make the decision.
So let's talk about your third teammate, the Trail Hunter.
Oh yeah.
What was maybe if there's one or two key modifications you made to your third teammate ahead of this rally that you feel like already you've noticed has made an impact on your rally?
So we're in the bone stock designation.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so everything you see on that came with it, except for we literally mounted the Max Tracks on top of the roof rack that came with the car. I did put different tires on it, so I went with a mud terrain tire from General Tire, and that is one modification I
Good
probably
choice
say
for
it
the last 2 days.
every day. I'm like, I'm so glad I chose these tires. I'm so glad I chose these tires. Because you're just not worried being on a lighter tire that you're going to blow a tire, have a leak, all those things that can happen. It's just one more thing that's not on my mind constantly.
Yeah, and so I want to call out also your hats. That your team name is Start Somewhere, and I remember we met first in
Yeah,
Morocco,
we
competing
did.
in a similar rally, and you have a really sort of special reason behind your team name. Would one of you mind sharing that with us?
Yeah, I think for me, yeah, my very first rally was in Morocco in 2012, and I found out about it through Emily Miller, actually. And I had never done anything like this or dreamed I could ever do anything like this in my entire life. I grew up in Montana in the snow. Didn't know you could drive on sand dunes, honestly. Didn't know it was a thing. So as the years have progressed, and this is now my seventh rally, everywhere we've gone in business, everyone I look up to in the industry or just across the world, everyone has to start somewhere in their lives at some point. And so that's always stuck with me. And so really it just kind of flew off the tongue, I think 3 years ago, and I've just kind of been sitting on it. But Taylor also, when
I'm happy to take it on as well. I mean, yeah, I took a navigation class from Rochelle 3 months before the first Rebelle Rally in 2016. And I had never held a compass before. And I was like, this is kind of cool. And then she told me about the rally, and it was like, whoa, that's really cool. Okay, how do I sign up? And 2 weeks later, I found a partner on Facebook, and we signed up, and I was at the start line less than 3 months later.
And you got second your first year.
I don't know how, but yeah, we got second that first year. Yeah. So
And you all won your first year together, or your first year together?
Yeah, 2019. Yeah.
What did you think about the first time that you competed with her? You were at a course that she was teaching at an overlanding event. You take her course, and then could you have imagined back then that you would then be competing as teammates and winning the Rebelle Rally?
No. That was like, the dream was just to be able to rally with Rochelle and women like Rochelle. And the idea that I could then get to the level where I was being a partner for people like this at this level is just phenomenal. And then to be surrounded by other people who found that same balance where you can up level to a place where now you're getting the requests. You know, somebody needs a partner and you're the first person they call. It's really flattering, and it's really reaffirming that you're in a place that you fit, and that you're doing something that you're good at, and that gives you fulfillment, makes you happy.
Yeah, and now I know it's been 5 years, but now that you're in your third rally together, or third Rebelle Rally together, what have you each learned about the other one this year? How have you seen each other grow as driver and navigator?
I don't know. I just feel like your sense of humor this year is just, I don't know if it's just you need to laugh or what, but Rochelle is hilarious. And she is just like, if there's something to like, if it's tough, she's laughing through it. And it's helped me a lot, because I think I'm in a more serious place in my life right now. And I'm just like kind of, I'm overthinking things, and she's bringing me down by just being like lighthearted. And it's been awesome. I don't know. That's what I picked up.
I'm glad you think I'm funny, because I don't know.
And what do you think about Taylor?
Oh my gosh, I actually have seen you grow so much in the last 5 years, just as a person, and I can tell this year, as a teammate, you just have a lot more confidence. I know you've gone through a lot more life since then, but it shows. You're just a little more grounded into who you are, and it's showing through day to day, even when you're navigating.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, it comes through very clearly why you two make such an incredible team, and I want to sort of end this interview by I think this is a marker tattoo you're rocking here, but I think it is a perfect mantra for this event, and a perfect way to end the interview. If you can't see, it says "Let it be."
Yeah. Rochelle brought some temporary tattoos, and we all ended our day a little earlier than we expected, so they've been circulating around the tent. So we all found some good ones, and I put the "Let it be" on my arm because I needed to. I need to let some things be.
Yeah, it's nice you see that while you're driving.
Exactly. It's ready. It's ready for me for tomorrow.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you two both so much for taking the time to be here. Awesome first day. I got to be sitting with the two of them when they got their scores today, and you all did so well, 95% out of 100. I mean, that's A+ in most books. So good luck tomorrow, and good luck for the rest of the rally.
Thanks,
Thank
Alyssa.
you, You're welcome. All right, so we are going to head back to our third teammate down in the competitors' tent. Katy, are you there? Who do you got?
I'm here, guys. Thank you so much. I'm here with Andrea Mueller and Alina Kinzel. Talking of getting to the Rebelle, these two are our international team from Germany. And you can see here they've got special Patches, it's a international team. They arrived here on October 5th. They have not driven in this area very much. You've done one training in Glamis. So congratulations for even making it here. You guys are sponsored by Magna. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration for you putting this awesome team together.
Well, we saw some videos about the rally in our intranet, and when you see it, you just want to do it yourself and experience it. So, yeah, we had to apply it, and finally we did it as a team.
And so were you had, when you said you had to apply, did a bunch of people apply, or did you apply as a team? How did that work?
We applied each on our own, and we got picked. So there was a bunch of people who applied, not as many. So I guess not a lot of people want to do 1 week in the desert, no phones, only tents. But yeah, we were lucky that the jury actually picked the two of us because we make a great team.
And did you know each other?
No.
Oh.
No.
So you've not driven around here much and you don't know each other. This is great. And they get along so well already. How was day one?
It was great. It was awesome. Like, our highlight was the one black diamond that we hit by 2 meters off. So it was like, can you actually do that? It was crazy. Yeah, so we are really proud of us.
And can you tell us where exactly you're from?
I'm from Munich, in Germany, which is based in the south. And
I'm from Wertheim, which is between Frankfurt and Würzburg.
Now, I'm going to let you say hello to someone at home, but we know they're not going to be watching because it's 3 a.m. But is there anyone you want to say hello to back in Germany for the replay?
Yes. So hello to family and friends, all the colleagues from Magna. Thanks for watching and cheering. Yeah.
I would actually like to shout out to my brother because it was his birthday yesterday and I was not able to call him because I didn't have a phone, so happy birthday!
What's his name?
Sören.
Zordan. Zordan. Did I say that right? Happy birthday, Zordan.
Yeah, that was okay.
Okay, awesome. All right, I'm going to take it back to you guys. Enjoy taco night tonight.
Thank you so much.
Matthew, Alyssa.
All right, thank you, Katy. I think no phones, only tents is the new Rebelle Rally.
I love
the new
it.
Rebelle Rally
That's
motto.
great. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Katy. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back here on Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota.
This is what we do. We maintain, we obsess. It's hours in the garage and days slipping by. Trusting Pennzoil to protect what matters most. Taking care of the things we love. It sounds obvious, but when you do it right, you're protecting an engine for its lifetime. So look under the hood. You'll see what drives us.
Engine protection for the lifetime of your vehicle. Pennzoil. Long may we drive.
Welcome back to the 10th anniversary of the Rebelle Rally, and we're joining it live, Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota. This is, you're looking at the finish of an impound. These are all the cars that came across the finish line today. Day one. Matthew, we made it through one day.
We did. So you're looking at impound teams do not have access to their cars overnight. You might wonder why you don't see a lot of rooftop tents. Like, why would they sleep in a tent that's blowing over in the desert? Well, it's part of the rules. We don't want people all sequestered out in their car or working on their car all night when they need to be sleeping. So that's one of those little details about how the Rebelle rebels. So today, day one was brought to you by Iridium. We did a cool interview with Suzi McBride earlier, and you might interact with Iridium in ways that you don't realize with their 66 satellites in a low Earth orbit that cover the whole globe on a polar orbit. But they are the ones that our trackers are talking to that allow us to score this event. So they really are the backbone of the event for us. We've got a couple of other challenges that we haven't brought up. One of them, you just saw a couple of commercials for them, the Pennzoil Challenge. We have 30 of our teams participating in the Pennzoil Challenge. This is the Pennzoil Challenge. And they have some various prizes available to these teams. And then often the prizes initially go to a nonprofit. In the case of the Pirelli Scorpion Challenge, we've got 24 teams that are part of the Scorpion Challenge.
Yeah, and that essentially just means that these teams are running Pennzoil oil, and they are running Pirelli tires.
Yes.
And so it's the best team to finish, the highest finishing team out of of each of these challenges wins, and then they earn a donation to the charity of their designation.
Yeah. There we go. Like I was saying, here we go, Scorpion Tire Challenge. We have 24 different teams running the Pirelli Scorpions. I use those on our 4Runner. I really like them. I think they're quiet and really grippy tires. And so these teams, initially, if they have a top finisher as part of this challenge, they get $1,000, $500, and $250 to a nonprofit. Then if they rank overall in the top 3 of the Rebelle for this year, another $1,000, $500, and $250 can be given to them in cash or also donated to the nonprofit. But Pirelli's been an excellent partner for us.
All right, so let's look at our schedule coming up. Look at that, our AM show, our midday show, and our PM show. Day one is just about in the books. Our next show, we will start joining you every morning at 6:45, that's Pacific time, for our first hour show. And that's going to be at the start each day. The teams start getting off the start line around 7 a.m., depending on the day of the Rebelle. And then we also have tomorrow for you a finish line show from 5:30 to 6:30. And then we have a couple of days
did a little
with 3
looking,
shows.
We did a little looking forward in the weather. Tomorrow morning should be sublime out here at 6:45.
Tomorrow morning looks lovely. Might not even have to wear a baseball cap tomorrow.
So let's have a quick little look at the Rebelle giveaways. If you haven't already entered, go to rebellerally.com/giveaway. Give us an email address, and we'll give you a chance to win $4,500 and more in Rebelle proven gear. It could be tires. It could be camping gear. What did you see on the list that you remember?
Oh my gosh, I saw a lot of things I wanted. I just, I don't want to say because I don't want too many other people entering the giveaway.
I got you.
I already have my entry in.
Well, it's been a great day here, day one. Thank you, Alyssa.
Yeah, thank you, Matthew. This has been a great first 2 shows. This has been a great first couple of days here at the Rebelle Rally. I know the competitors are excited. I know the competitors are tired. It has been windy. No one got a lot of sleep last night, so I think everyone's going to be checking into their tents early tonight. Hopefully we will see you all back here live at 6:45 a.m. Pacific time, 9:45 Eastern time, for our 3rd show of Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota.
We've got a little slideshow here to check out from today, so stay tuned to see some just awesome images of the competitors on course today.